Hey everyone, tonight I'm giving out 3 tips for effective business scheduling for any entrepreneurs or people out there that are just feeling a little overwhelmed, like their head is above water or underwater, not above. But I'm going to be giving out these tips for anyone to take and, use it as you see fit, practice discernment. But these are just the things that have helped me. A little bit of background information on me. So, my name is Katan. I'm the founder of BossBabeBlog.com. I have 4 businesses. On top of having 4 businesses, I have multiple clients. I have over 70 businesses listed in our directory in total. I own a small business shopping directory. I also take care of branding projects for about maybe 20 to 30% of my clients that come to the directory as well. So, on top of me owning the directory, I'm also fulfilling contracts such as website design, graphic design, printing, ebooks, business cards, business coaching, business consulting, and social media management. So it's like my 4 businesses, my 2 main businesses right now. And then on top of that, my other clients, I manage over 20 social media pages. So there's a lot that goes into my day. There's a lot that goes into my week, and there's a lot that goes into my month. An average month for me can look like anywhere from 80 to over 100 bookings on average. That's just a regular, but it could be more than that. So, with that being said, I'm saying all this to say that platforms that I'm on, I have so many notifications. I have so much responsibility and things that have to be taken care of with this role. And just to put a little bit even further into perspective, here at BossBabeBlog.com, we own a small business shopping directory where we focus on providing verified and credible businesses to showcase to our shoppers. We also have a podcast that we host, and we talk about, different parts of life. We have conversations, sometimes funny, sometimes serious. It's just all about growth, and creating a safe space for people to come and just share their raw thoughts. We also have a blog. The podcast has about 6,000 downloads. Our blog has around 9,000 views, 6,000 visitors. Our website traffic has increased as well. Our newsletter is, if not already about to hit 5K subscribers to our email newsletter. We also have a magazine. So we send that out electronically, and we now are sending out printed copies for all 3 of our magazines because it's our 3rd magazine. So that's a lot of different platforms that I just share. That's not including all of our social media pages. That's not including all of our YouTube shows, the Boss Babe blog show, the Boss Babe business show, where I interview entrepreneurs. That's not including my in-person events that I host. That's not including my online events that I host. So I'm saying all of this to say that things can get extremely busy. Hello, thanks for joining. And in the process of things getting busy, I have to ask myself, how can I better optimize my schedule, my scheduling systems? How can I better optimize my time? So these are the 3 tips that I'm giving for anyone that might be struggling with business scheduling or feeling like they don't necessarily have a good balance, and they're losing track of how to keep up with all of this stuff. So the first thing is to write down your goals. You need to write down the list of things that you need to achieve, whether it be like, actual payments that you need to achieve, whether it be actual, podcasts that you need to achieve, but you need to have like a list of all the things that you're wanting to get done for your business. So trying to see if I can show you guys some of the stuff that I have. Some of them you may not be able to understand, um, because of, well, I'll just show one, but this is just a small example. So this is like a small example of like my list, things that I take care of throughout the day. But you need to have a list of all the stuff that you're trying to achieve for your business. And on that list, you go through and you scratch out as you get through each one. I'm not saying you have to do this every single day, everything on the list, but like at least make a goal of once a week, you're going to focus on one task. And that helps you kind of move forward. And the cool thing about this is that if you keep all of your notebooks, you get to see, in real time, all of the stuff that you have achieved over the years or over the months. And that's a really fun part for me. I have a lot of journals, and every journal has like a story of all of the things that I've achieved and worked on in the past month, in the past year, in the past 3 to 5 years. So it kind of helps you to see your productivity. That's the first thing. The second thing is you need to get a scheduler or a calendar. You don't have to go and spend money on a schedule if you're not at that space yet, but you do need to have a calendar. and put things on your calendar. If you schedule a consultation, put it on your calendar. If you're hosting an event, put it on your calendar. If you have a meeting, put that on your calendar. But you need to be using a calendar or a scheduler. It's okay to have it written down too, but I recommend having an electronic calendar and a scheduler, and having your notebook. Now, the third thing that we have is you need to have one main point of contact, or you need to have a system put in place for communication. Because as you start to increase, and I talked about this on my Patreon, on my private Patreon, but as you start to increase with leads, sales, and clients, you're going to notice that the inquiries are going to start to really pile up. And you're going to have a lot of people asking you questions from a whole bunch of different places and platforms. And so, for that reason, you want to make sure that you have a great point of contact that everybody can go to, and you create a system that is surrounded around that point of contact. For example, for me, I have a business resource portal on my website, I have a contact us page on my website. I have a feedback form on my website, and then I also have our text support line that we are testing out just to see how it goes. So far, everyone's loving it. But these are the points of contact that I have for people that have questions about my business. And that's where everybody goes. That's where I send everyone. If they ever have questions, I send them there. We also are now implementing discovery calls. So they will be able to have a one-on-one discovery call with one of my membership specialists that I'll be bringing on the team. But these are ways that you can reduce that overwhelming feeling by having that clear communication of where people need to go when they need to be assisted. Um, and stick to it, because it's very easy to want to break out of that, but you got to stick to that system so you can have a level of consistency that you're looking for to see growth in your business and to actually work on the stuff that you need to work on. Now, the third thing that I'm sharing is, I'm sorry, the fourth thing, which is a bonus, is creating a good work-life balance. And what work-life balance means for me, it's different for everybody, but for me, it means finding harmony between my work life and my personal life. So maybe I worked all day yesterday. Today, I'm probably going to relax and watch a movie and, work on some graphics, or, go outside, drink some tea. But finding that balance that makes sense for you. And most importantly, learning how to turn off. A lot of times we don't know how to do that because everyone's so used to being on technology. It's gotten ridiculous. And so learning how to turn that off so that your brain can rest properly without it still going because you're overstimulating it, or you have all this technology and phones and TV and tablet and stuff in front of it, is really going to help your productivity. So I'm telling you, these are the things that have helped me over the years as I have grown my clientele, because making your first 5,000 is awesome. Making your first 10,000, wonderful. Getting to 20,000, getting to 30,000, getting to 40,000, seeing clients go from, 10 to 20 to 70. It's a huge jump. And so I have to be able to have an organized system so that I'm able to take care of people with quality. So you create your system, stick to your system. As soon as you see that you need one, create it and stick to it. Those are my 3 tips that I'm sharing on how to have more effective business scheduling if you're feeling a little bit overwhelmed. And I'll just briefly, for anyone that's jumping on a little later, walk through it again. Number 1, write down the list of things that you need to achieve, or your goals over the week, over the month, over the day, whatever it is. Try not to overextend yourself. Do about 1 goal per week. Yes, per week, because if you do too much, you might dilute the quality of what you're doing. Number 2, get a scheduler or a calendar. You need to have something where people are booking with you, or where you are scheduling your own bookings or your own time slots, because trying to remember everything off the top of your head with everything that's going on in this day and age, it almost feels impossible sometimes. Now, writing it down can be okay as well, but I recommend just go ahead and have 2 copies. You can write down what you're doing for the week, but you can also have an electronic scheduler or calendar. And be careful which calendar you're using and who you give it permissions to, because some apps will ask you for permission to your calendar, and you got to be making sure that you want them to have permission. The next thing is create one main point of contact where people should expect to be able to connect with you or your brand, or receive assistance from your brand. Wherever that point of contact is going to be, you're going to send everybody there every time, because what it's going to do is it's creating a system of organization for you, so that you're not worrying about missing out on inquiries and stuff, because everybody knows to go to this set place, whether that be your website, your contact form, your phone number, your email, whatever that's going to be for you. Create that main place and start forwarding and sending everyone there. When they have questions, they go there, they fill out a form, they create an inquiry so it can be reviewed and you can stay organized. And as your team grows, you can also keep it organized for your team as well. And then the last thing, which was the bonus, is learning to create that work-life balance and learn to turn off and unplug from technology. It has to happen regardless of, sometimes people don't want to do it because they're worried about not being accessible enough. The reality is that the people who want to work with you and see the value in what you're doing are not worried about you being accessible every day and night unless that's a service that they purchase from you directly. And if they didn't purchase that, they probably didn't want it or they weren't looking for it or didn't need it. But I say that, and I also say that, like I said in my other video, no day is promised. Take care of yourself. Your health is first priority. Don't stress yourself out, overextend yourself simply out of wanting to be accessible for people or wanting to be liked by people. Because at the end of the day, your life and your stress levels are way more important. Take the day off, turn off the technology, get away from all of the computers, phones, tablets, create that balance. I'm not saying you have to do it all the time, but start to unplug, because a part of that feeling of feeling overwhelmed and like your head is underwater comes from all of the notifications and messages and things that are being sent out to us all at once. So if we just turn that off and silence it for a day or two, or 4 hours, or however many hours you can, you will see a difference in your productivity if you can consistently maintain that expectation. So there you have it. I hope that this video is helpful for anyone that might be struggling a little bit with, productivity and whatnot. And we will come back and give some more tips soon. I think I have one more video tonight. We'll do a wind down, or I'll be giving out business tips. But thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in about 2 minutes. Bye-bye.